Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to School Matters with me, Ismaya Khan. Yes, Alhamdulillah, we were off during the 10 days of Muharram. Alhamdulillah, we all are well and safe. Our learners are full swing at school in the third term. You're not forgetting our busy educators, busy with assessments. Well, the year is racing us by. Also, the flu season is still, around. And the cold mornings and evenings, our kids, even us, with the sniffles, we all want quick fixes for better health and, to heal faster. It's either by taking a pill or a drink. We tend to forget about nature and the natural healing properties. Nature gives your brain a break. Is your mind feeling cluttered with all the things you have to do? Well, nature can help make you feel better. The healing power of nature. Well, one of the basic tenets of neuropathic medicine, or the healing power of nature. The healing power of nature for our holistic growth and well-being is quite amazing. We tend to forget what nature has to offer. The healing power of nature is an inherent self-organizing and healing process of living systems which establish, maintains, and restores health. Being active in nature can help fight chronic diseases, relieve stress and depression. It also can promote faster healing, stronger immune system, and that's what we all need and much more. Well, we contact with nature affects us mentally, physically, right down to our cells. Yes, every single cell in our body. Nature can even help us to cope with pain. In today's time and in today's financial, demands and constraints, many cannot invest in good health. But as I mentioned earlier, there is goodness in nature for our betterment, our health. Our topic this evening, health from nature with no cost, educating our parents and learners how to take care of their health the natural way. Our guest who we are linking up from Limpopo is our Ayurvedic practitioner, Mr. Peter Francis. Welcome to School Matters.
Yes, it's very cold here. This is a cold north province. I'm sure you are warmer in the Durban coastline, compared to us here. We freeze. The temperatures are dropping.
Yeah. Well, Durban nights, you being an ex-Durbanite, we wait for any chill to put on our jackets and our gloves, our boots. And when people from another province look at us, they say, gosh, it's so hot and so warm. And they basically wearing just a vest or a T-shirt. How have you been?
I'm good. I like your preamble to this topic. I think you encompassed it very well. But we forget, we go to the stores to buy the medication and forget about nature.
Yeah. And I'm guilty of this, and I think many of our listeners, we want quick fixes. So, you tend to go to the general practitioner, antibiotics, take this, take that, go to the doctor for some, now the in vitro, of different multivitamins, into your bloodstream being injected or taking a drink. And we want to be good. We think we are robots. We want to be perfect the next day. And we don't have patience with nature or natural remedies. And that is why we have you this evening, because you are going to enlighten us, educate us, and also help us to save lots of money.
Good. Well, we start off with the sunlight, and then we'll go on to the fresh air and the environment and lifestyle and the company you keep as well. And very lastly, the diet. Now, the sunlight, we forget quite often. It can help with the serotonin levels, which is a hormone, which improves the mood and energy levels. Now you realize that people in Durban are quite, they have a very happy disposition compared to the people in the cold countries. like England and Russia, etc. If you visited some of these countries, you'd notice they are very moody. They're not so entertaining. We forget this is all to do with the sunlight.
Yeah.
They have to go run for the sunlight in Rome or to the Mediterranean countries because they don't have sunlight. We Devonites are very fortunate in that respect.
Yeah. Do you know?
Yeah.
You know, even though we are going into spring, but we still have this very cold mornings, very cold evenings. Every I think 4 out of 10 people you meet is having some sinus attack or have sniffles or have a cough from a previous flu months ago, even weeks ago, which is still there. But everyone is quite tired of constantly going to the doctor, taking those antibiotics or sinus medications or syrups. So how can we find other ways to assist us with
back to the
allergies?
sunlight, which Devonites get mostly. You're fortunate you'll have sunlight almost throughout the year.
Yeah.
And sunlight helps to prevent seasonal affective disorder. It's called SAD.
Yeah.
It's seasonal affective disorder. So if you don't, this disorder is a type of mental condition, right? You can get very moody, you can have mood swings, and you can feel very disorientated. Now, having the sunshine so abundantly in Durban, I don't think so you heard of this disorder called SAD, S-A-D.
Yeah.
And it also helps depressive states and low serotonin levels. So often you go to a psychologist or the doctor and he'll quickly give you the quick fix. But if you notice a very poor lot of Durbanites that will enjoy the beachfront, etc., they're very happy chappies because they're getting the free energy from the sun.
Yeah.
Which we don't consider very much. The sun's rays, the UVB rays from the sun helps the body to produce, this tremendous kind of energy, which even helps to heal bones. It's a bone, healthy bones is a product of the sunlight. You're getting vitamin D. It boosts your immune system. So you wonder how the poor a lot of people cope in, the coastline. And you'll find the death rate in colder countries is higher because they don't have this kind of free energy or free, the sun helps calcium absorption and, it helps digestion as well. So in comparison to the, places that have lovely sunlight, you're going to find the absence of illnesses as well. And that is why you find the jovial mood in the sunshine in Devon. It's a non-stop sunshine compared to the hinterland.
Yeah. And, looking at your diet, how can that assist us, especially, parents and their children, to avoid the flu or the sniffles, bronchitis when not treated?
Yes. Yeah, well, you see, the diet is essential here now. In the summer weather, when you find the phlegm conditions and the sinusitis is prevalent, then you must be eating lots of green vegetables, the leafy green. The leafy green vegetables will give you heat, and it stops the production of phlegm.
Yeah.
In other words, you can eat, lettuce, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, the normal green herbs or sugarcane herbs. They all generate heat, and they can keep you very well compared to eating, the standard color foods like gem squash, butternut, pumpkin, onions, tomatoes. That can give you a chesty condition.
And you know what? I think lots of us don't even know that. We just knew a few fruits. So you say when you have the flu or when it's very, very cold, we should stay away from gem squash, butternut.
All color vegetables. Just
Okay.
remember, color vegetables generate phlegm.
Okay.
They help to produce phlegm.
Okay.
So with the cold environment and the cold food, you definitely gonna you're extending an invitation for phlegmy conditions. Whereas you heat even the moringa,
Yeah.
drumstick herbs is heat generator. It has 101 kind of that's like a talk for another day.
Hmm.
It has all the healing properties. And if you cook the herbs, even for a pregnant mother, it helps with the labor. It helps the entire kind of giving birth, uh, action, etc., which no other herbs will do. If you drink the water or the green herbs, especially the moringa,
Yeah.
you find labor is a breeze.
We have a message which came through. This message comes from Saida. May I please ask the doctor? My daughter is 12 years and recently suffering from burning stomach and chest ulcers. What can we do to assist and relieve her discomfort?
She's got a burning tummy, and there won't be chest ulcers. It may be the chest, in the chest. I know whether she's being precise. The chest must be tight and burning, in the sense that this child must got some kind of early bronchitis, where that the bronchioles are quite full of phlegm. So you cup your hand and tap the back from the bottom, from the diaphragm, and come up, and do it several times. You loosen the phlegm. One. Then she must drink things that are warming, like cocoa, chocolate, hot chocolate, coffee. No tea. Tea is a cold. It is chemically cold, and it can produce cough.
And
It'll produce more cough.
You're mentioning tea, and I know our listeners must be like all of them saying, really? Because generally people turn to tea, when they are sick.
No. Although tea comes from boiling water, but chemically, the chemical substance in tea is cold and refreshing.
Okay.
That is why cricketers used to have a tea break.
To cool them off.
In the hot summer, they used to go for a tea break. Whether they're having cold Coke now, I don't know. But the Indians generally have tea.
Yeah.
You'll find, even if they come to South Africa and play cricket, they go for a tea break because it's refreshing and it's cooling.
Okay, she messaged us again saying, ulcers, not phlegm in chest due to chili sauce. Is it heartburn?
Oh, I see. So, right. So it makes sense. It is, if you're eating any substance, you must know it's going directly to the stomach, and it'll create burning sensation. So she must have a little bit of yogurt or sips of sour milk. It's a coolant. In other words, now the heat balance in the stomach is over and above the normal, the normal zone, normal degrees. So you need to cool it. And yogurt is a very good coolant, and a piece of banana with the cold milk would help as well.
For burn.
But you do it moderately, because you must know banana is a cold fruit, right? And if she's chesty, now she has to, she's got two directly opposite conditions prevailing.
Yeah.
The heat, which is coming from the source, and the chest condition is coming from the cold. So she must evaluate, it's better to sort the chest out first, than to sort the stomach out, because the chest is a vital part of the body.
Okay, we have
It's oxygenating the entire body.
we have a message from Mr. Mtetwa. Dear Sumaya, enjoyable show. Love listening to the Ayurvedic practitioner when we always have him on. I am management at my school and have noticed from this year our learners are getting quite ill, chesty, runny nose, bronchitis, and cannot manage. Many learners have been absent for days. Is there something in the air? I know there's also monkeypox around and swine flu, but the chest infection is quite unbearable. What advice do you have for us as parents and educators?
Right. Yeah, you must know initially the chest condition starts as a viral function, as a viral infection. So the child can't take any antibiotics up till the fact that, it gets bacterial.
Yeah.
So the viral function is coughing and with the sneezing, etc. So she can have like ginger tea, ginger water, ginger milk, that it's heat generating and it reduces the phlegm. Half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper will stop the burning throat and the sore in the throat.
Okay.
So cayenne pepper, ginger, you can put it in either hot water or you can put it in milk. But you can't put, if you're using the hot water, you'll have to put a slice of lemon, cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon, and some ginger, and you drink it immediately in the morning and the evening. In between, you can have the ginger milk.
We'll be taking a short ad break and we will get back.
Thank you.
You are listening to School Matters with Sumaya Khan.
There are over 200 million orphans globally. We can't help all of them, but what if we each helped just one? The Al Imdad Foundation now gives you an opportunity to help just one orphan from Syria or Palestine. For just 500 Rand per month, you can help safeguard the dignity of an orphan by assisting them with basic needs such as food, clothing, shelter, medical care, and attention. Our orphan sponsorship program allows you to track the progress of your orphan through regular feedback. Make a difference in the life of an orphan today. Visit alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
The International Sacred Trust's exhibition once again comes to South Africa, showcasing the various sacred relics of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and the Sahaba radiallahu anhu ajma'in, starting at the Al-Ansar Hall on the 27th and 28th of July from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Other venues include Chatsworth, Phoenix, Tongaat, Ladysmith, Newcastle, La Lucia, and Pietermaritzburg. Please watch social media platforms for more information. This is brought to you by the Syed Ehraz Foundation in association with the Chisti Sabri Jahangiri Khanka and Research Center. Contact 071-896-0148 for further information.
A reminder that in the atrium overport, you will find Chippewa Spur, our halal steak sizzle, our beef ribs are delicious, and our burgers are legendary. The combos are perfect for big appetites. We have plant-based options too, and mouth-watering desserts. Pop in anytime for all your favorite Spur food. We are open from 8 in the morning to 9 p.m. Chippewa Spur at the atrium. People with a taste for life.
Are you or a loved one battling the disease of addiction? Is your family, life, relationships, work suffering due to alcoholism and substance abuse? Zensai Treatment, Recovery and Wellness Center are addiction specialists offering specialized psychotherapy and naltrexone therapy to help overcome addiction. Zensai offers hotel-style facilities to allow your loved ones to regain their dignity and overcome alcoholism and drug abuse in the most comfortable setting possible. Fight addiction. Call Zensai Treatment, Recovery and Wellness Center, the addiction recovery specialist, on 031 563 0751.
The International Sacred Trust's exhibition once again comes to South Africa, showcasing the various sacred relics of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and the Sahaba radiallahu anhu ajma'in, starting at the Al-Ansar Hall on the 27th and 28th of July from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Other venues Venues include Chatsworth, Phoenix, Tonga, Ladysmith, Newcastle, La Lucia, and Pietermaritzburg. Please watch social media platforms for more information. This is brought to you by the Syed Ehraz Foundation in association with the Chisti Sabri Jahangiri Khanka and Research Center. Contact 071-896-0148 for further information.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
Every student can learn, just not on the same day or the same way. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an opened one.
Join Sumaya Khan every Tuesdays between 7 and 8 p.m. for an educational evening exclusive to Radio Al Ansar.
Your education is a dress rehearsal for a life that is yours to lead.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to School Matters. Yes, we have a really interesting, educating show where I know lots of us are saying, okay, I never knew that. Well, every time when we have our Ayurvedic practitioner, we are always learning. Our topic this evening is health from nature with no cost, educating our parents and learners how to take care of their health the natural way. So basically, Mr. Francis is telling us, don't spend that money. Listen to me and you can be sorted out. Mr. Francis, we were talking about the phlegm and the chest. Yeah.
The children in the school. Yes. So if you identify a child who's coughing and sneezing and so on, you either isolate the child for the expense, to save the rest of the children.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a viral thing. You pick it up in the air. So the whole class can get affected. So in hindsight, if you're finding a child that's coughing, wheezing, sneezing, so you might as well, call the parent and ask the parent, take the child away and get the child healed instead of keeping the child to spread the sickness, throughout. So while it's in the viral state, it spreads fast. And then you must know the next stage is the bacterial stage. So, it gets worse and then the child has to go on antibiotics.
Okay, there's another message.
The remedy is citrus fruit, oranges, and the ginger tea and Vicks and a hot water bottle and so on to keep the child warm.
Okay, we have another message. Good evening, great show, learning a lot. I'm Mr. Naidu. I am the governing body chairperson. I don't want to mention the name of our school, but the governing body and the principal of the school, and the teacher rep, we all had a meeting earlier on, and we were quite concerned about our learners constantly getting ill. In a class of 48, we have between 10 to 12 learners constantly getting ill. Should we advise our learners and parents to ensure that their learners wear a mask to school?
It'll be a good thing in the sense that you'll protect the children from the viral infection. So it'll be, on a hindsight, the mask would be a better option.
Okay.
Or more preferably, the child should be at home and healed. But if the child is coming to school, the mask would be a better option.
Okay, there's the next message is quite hilarious. This message comes from Fatima Mohammed. I'm an educator for the last 16 years. Unfortunately, I have been ill quite often with ending up with bronchitis and had swine flu not very long ago. So have my colleagues. What can I do to be healthy and to build my immune system? Multivitamins, drinks and shakes have not been helping me. What advice do you have from the natural remedies and way to go?
See, the natural remedies that we recommend is, the simple things like Vicks. You should have it at your bedside, and in the evenings, apply the Vicks in your nostrils. You should have a Vicks inhaler in your handbag so that whenever your nose is blocked. So you prevent the condition from a very early stage. But if you're in the depth of the flu, where your condition has gone to bronchitis, remember bronchitis now is where the bronchs are affected. So the next stage is you can get pneumonia and double pneumonia and pleurisy.
Yeah.
So you need to arrest the condition right now. If the condition has gone too far, then you have to get if it's gone to a bacterial level, then you have to be on some antibiotics. But the thing is, if you stay on lots of fluid, warm fluid, you can eradicate your condition.
Okay.
Lots of warm water, warm orange juice, warm ginger tea. Not tea, but you can have coffee, cocoa, Milo.
Our next message comes from, we're having lots of educators who are messaging us. Our next message comes from Mr. Indaba. I'm an educator, yes, a quite old one. I have few more years before I retire, but winter mornings are the worst. My knees, my joints feel like they're cracking. I use the knee pads, the socks. I even rub myself with well-known name brand products, but I suffer at school. What advice you have for me and all my aging colleagues in the teaching profession? That's a good one.
Good. Yes. Now, you've probably heard of curry leaves, right? Curry leaves take away the bone pain between the bone, all joint pains.
Yeah.
So if you have 12, 15 curry leaves in hot water with a slice of lemon and drink it every day, you find your arthritic condition that is prevailing now will start, disappearing.
Do you know,
curry leaf has its potency.
Mr. Francis, I know on previous show you mentioned that curry leaf is also excellent when it comes to if you're diabetic.
Deficiency of iron.
Okay, also that too.
Yes, iron deficiency.
Okay.
But it's very potent in terms of joint pains. You can experience it in a week, So the gentleman who is suffering with the joint pains, he must drink, before having his breakfast, have a cup of hot water with curry leaves and a slice of lemon.
Okay.
So the lemon is to eradicate the blockages in the arteries, right? And the curry leaves will eradicate the pain between the joints.
Okay. Our next message comes from Mrs. Ram Jatan, an educator. I would like to know what advice does Mr. Francis have for women during the menstrual cycle, especially educators, because I am 42 and I have immense menstrual pain. I think my management, who are full of males, do not understand what we women go through. The first 2 days are really severe, legs cramp and bottom of tummy really aches where I have to crouch or sit on my chair at school. So what advice or what can we do as stressed educators to take it easy?
See, sadly, the fact that they are females, they lose blood every month, and this now decreases the iron level in the body. So she needs to go on a supplement, iron supplement. She can go on a natural iron.
Yeah.
Just before she goes on a cycle, 1 week before a cycle, she must take 2 iron and 1 vitamin C. Without the vitamin C, the iron won't be absorbed in the system. Okay. And the iron, will prevent the painful menstrual cycle. Because the cycle now is suffering to go into the routine of a cycle. That is why the pain. But the strong deficiency of iron, that is why it's suffering to go into the cycle. So if she has sufficient iron, it will supplement the blood condition and she won't have pains at all, even in the first few days.
Okay, our next message comes from Mrs. Peer. I would like to know, applying Vicks on my chest or my family or my children's chest while they're leaving the house in the morning, would that make them more sick? Because I know there's an old wives' tale, do not apply Vicks or anything menthol and go out in the cold, you'll get more sick. Can you give us advice on this one?
Yeah, the Vicks is meant to be used in the night time when the child is going to bed.
Okay.
So you're getting the insulation from the blankets and the chest, the Vicks will be more effective. But going in the cold is precisely wrong because you're going to be in contact with cold air and you're going to feel the cold, worse than before.
Okay.
So she's correct about the story.
Yeah. This comes from a concerned parent. Excellent show. Love listening to you. For the last 4 years, a friend of mine said that I should listen to School Matters, especially when Mr. Francis is on. I have a child who always complains when they have long assemblies outside in the cold. The day when she has assemblies on a Wednesday, she comes home with her nose dripping and voice going. I've mentioned this to the principal, but it seems to be overlooked. What can my child do, and even other learners, to prevent this? Should they wear gloves or a hat to prevent their nose dripping?
You see, firstly, the child's immunity has dropped.
Okay.
That is why the child is suffering. So you need to increase the immunity. Let the child spend 15, 20 minutes in the sunshine as often as possible. Remember, we started the program with the benefits of the sunlight.
Yeah.
And the sunlight gives you this kind of power, to improve your immune system. So if anything can, it can be useful. You should spend 15, 20 minutes in the sunshine, put a hat on, and, absorb this, these UV rays. And effectively, she's going to improve the absorption, the digestion, calcium absorption, which may not be taking place. And the immune system is rock bottom at this moment. So she must go on vitamin C's or orange juices, etc., to push up the vitamin immune system.
Okay, so
because it's normal for you to stand in the cold and not feel cold. If you're in a snowland, you'll enjoy the snow, right? But you need to have your immunity pushed up as well.
Okay, so instead of taking
take a diet.
So instead of taking all those fancy multivitamins, plain old-fashioned vitamin C from an orange is the best.
Orange.
So how many oranges should you eat?
At least 2 in a day. At least 2 in a day.
At least 2 in the day. And would you say that excess orange eating would give you a running stomach?
If you eat orange with the fiber, you're going to feel full. In fact, in one orange, because it's about 200 grams, right?
Yeah.
But if you squeeze the orange, you'd have to squeeze about 2-3 oranges. That's why you see, you go to Woolworths, you'll pay 40 rands for a liter of orange juice, pure orange juice. 40 rands may buy you a whole pocket of oranges, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So it's important that they know that vitamin C comes from oranges and all the citrus fruits. But you can't have, like mandarins and nuts during this time because of the inherent cold that the nuts and mandarin has. But you say for the orange.
Okay. And for the stressed educator, what can they do to have their healing and relaxation from nature during school time?
School time. And go out in the sun and, in fact, while you're executing your duties on the ground, enjoy the sunshine. It'll improve it changes your mood, it improves your digestion, it takes away some mood swings, it gives you vitamin D. So we mustn't eradicate the fact that the sunlight has a lot of benefit in healing.
Okay.
Even your bone conditions are improving. The absorption of calcium takes place if you have vitamin D.
Okay. We are in a time when, we have all 4 seasons in one day. And sometimes, you're hot and then you're cold and then it's windy. And that can also take a toll on your immune system.
Immune system.
Yeah.
You remember in earlier times of our program, we discuss birth balances.
Yeah.
And in the birth balances, there are some people that will feel cold while other people are feeling hot.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the people who need to identify the condition because they will feel cold generally. So they must carry a jacket or a coat in the car or in the bag because their immune system and their tolerance level for the cold is different from other people.
Yeah.
So we are all not the same. So if you may sound like a unique character putting your jersey where other people are feeling hot, but that's the way you are made. That's your birth balance. You'll feel hot or cold when other people are not feeling hot and cold.
Yeah. Rounding up, time just goes. What advice you have for our busy parents, busy educator, and our overactive learner?
Well, I think when we started the program, I made mention that the sunlight, the fresh air, the environment, you must operate in a non-toxic environment. Be with people that are very friendly. They are healing people.
Wow, I love what you just said.
Yeah. There's some people that can deplete your energy.
Yeah.
Stay away from them because by depleting your energy, they'll affect your immune system and you'll be susceptible to more illnesses.
So that's what you mean when you say toxic. So that's what you mean when you say toxic.
Yeah.
Then you imagine what?
Unfortunately, there are different folks that come into the order of professionalism. And there are some people that, if you drive a beautiful car and you dress well and you're wearing a diamond ring, the sense of jealousy and bitchiness starts prevailing, and that can make you sick.
True.
So the environment and the people that you in company with can be either healing or causing more toxic conditioning.
True. So as we always say,
your environment, your fresh air, the sunlight, these are things that are free and you should enjoy it. Selective join.
You always say, stay around people who ensure that you progress, you prosper, not depress you and oppress you. Well, thank you once again for linking up with us. As you know, when you always come on, it's never enough time. So hopefully looking to have you soon in studio with us.
I'll be there next week. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, that was our Ayurvedic practitioner, Mr. Francis. Well, I'd like to thank our guest for taking the time to link up with us and our tech Zach for making this show possible. My email address is sumayakhan.alansar@outlook.com. You can catch me on School Matters or Instagram, School Matters 24/7. Indulge. Nature is the greatest place to heal and recharge. The art of healing comes from nature, not from the physician. Therefore, the physician must start from nature with an open mind. The physician treats, but nature heals. May the Almighty bless you with good health and long life. Assalamu alaikum.
Masisondele, phila noxolo yelele. Subhanallah walhamdulillah.